it's entertainment. People listen to it because they like it and they enjoy it.
That's an interesting.
But then, like, you just talk about educational content, you know, that can be anything from business and entrepreneur, educational stuff, all the way to some of what we're doing right now about content education. Like, it's a niche, but it's educational, like a very specific
area
topic
within
education. And then, you know, inform, that could go back to like even that business piece of like, you're talking to a specific audience about a specific service you may provide, and all you're discussing is that service, getting more people informed about what you do and how to get locked in to get it done for them, right?
Exactly.
That's like information based.
Yeah.
No, I love that. Like, figure out what it is you want to talk about. And sometimes that could just be like, what are you passionate about? What do you have information that you could share with people about? What do people like to hear you talk about?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
It's so many like forms to figure that out, but before like anybody can help you with anything, you gotta figure out what you want to do. Like what's gonna take you to distance. Like,
Yeah.
If you don't,
Yeah, we got Dean Braxton in the. We got Dean Braxton in the. We got Dean Braxton in the classroom.
lights, cameras, microphones, action. You need all that to start a podcast. Wrong. You really only need your phone and, you know, a decent pair of earphones, and you can start a podcast. But if you want to take that podcast into the visual realm, you'll need a camera, but you can still use your phone. You really only need a tripod. But we'll go into all that in today's episode. D, what's up?
What's up? How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you feeling?
I'm doing good.
Break us down.
Oh, you know what? Welcome to the Content Classroom. Today we're talking all about starting a podcast. Where do you start if you don't have all of the equipment, and before you even have to pull out equipment?
Yeah.
What do you start with, right? So Braxton, you do a lot of work with podcasters and launching podcasts, you know, shooting and putting podcasts out, distributing, all of that stuff. So one, like, do you enjoy that?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about you? Because you work with a lot of different types of podcasters
I do.
too. What do you enjoy most?
On the actual side, not technical side, on the actual side, being able to absorb the information that's being displayed in so many different areas and seeing how people think and understanding maybe why they ask questions or what they're talking about or what's important to people. I do enjoy that because I'm learning and enjoying actual humankind. So, you know, without people, it's everything's pointless.
Hey, that's real.
That's the enjoyable part. On the technical side, I like looks and I like to switch up lighting displays and give different visuals that not only in my local area but in other digital space around the whole world that I may not have seen or something I took inspiration from.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I enjoy that on the technical side for sure.
Yeah.
You have you got a podcast room here.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration in building it? And you can actually, especially for solo podcasters, there's multiple sets in that one room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the inspiration behind it was like, we had a room. I was like, this is a small room.
What are we gonna do with it?
I mean, somebody could record a podcast in here. All you need is a mic.
Yeah, true.
A good mic, and to record and something interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
That's on you. But you know, we'll
talk about that today.
Yeah, we could provide a good space for it to happen, right? So that was the inspiration just behind having a podcast room, right? Yeah. The look and feel of it, that's all like the other 2D Filmworks, my husband. Dimitri, he's like the mastermind behind what it looks like and what it feels like in there. I just wanted it to be cool. Like, I want something cool that people might like. And like, as you said, like the way that it's set up, you can use multiple, especially for a solo podcaster, you can use multiple spaces if you're doing like adding the visual component. So you don't have to just sit in one space and it all looks the same. You could be on one wall that looks one way, one area of the wall that looks another way, or just how you position it, right? Yeah. How you position yourself in the camera. It can be, you can do multiple episodes or just have your look on one of those walls in that room. Anyway, that was the inspiration. It wasn't nothing deep. We just had a room, and I figured like we could leverage this for podcast recording, voiceover recording, stuff like that. But you know, that was kind of and I love podcasts. I listen to so many podcasts. Like it's ridiculous. I be looking for new podcasts to listen to all the time.
It seems like not even a growing industry, but like YouTube as a whole is where you can just go find your podcast.
Yes.
Like listening to them is great, but now everything's so visual. And
Yes.
it's like, how do you repurpose the audio form of your podcast? You can't really. I mean,
unless
they
you
can.
transcribe it into a blog. But
Yeah.
who's doing?
It's like that's a
Somebody's doing
limited
that.
form. Like,
Yeah.
everything you can do with the audio side, you can do with the video side,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and be more engaging on that side as well.
Yeah, some of my favorite podcasts are like video podcasts where like I'm subscribed to the YouTube channel. I might also be subscribed to their podcast channel like on Apple Podcasts, but that's just to show support, you know, just to be down with the audience, and you know what I'm saying? But where I will go and listen like to my favorite ones that I come back
Yeah.
to every single week, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now there are some that I listen to in my car when I just want something to listen to, but I'm not as like, I'm honestly just not as locked in. It's just like something. This is what it is. If I have like a thought and I'm like, I want to know more about that, I'll try to find a podcast on it and just listen to what the host is talking about, because they might have some valuable information I could use. But that may not mean I'm subscribed to their show. I just found it and it was okay for that episode. But then ones that I'm locked into got that visual component. But that's just my preference. But that leads us to exactly you're in deep thought right now.
I am.
What you
I am thinking.
this is going to be ideas, inspire information, because I see something formulating.
You know how blogs turn into vlogs? Can we coin the term vidcast?
Vidcast.
From podcast to vidcast?
Vidcast.
Because
That's exactly what it is.